try to reduce those harms. But what you want to do, you want to bring people that are drug addicted closer to medical professionals that can help them. Now, there's a medicalized program in Switzerland going on today, modeled after a program in Liverpool, England, that actually brings heroin-addicted people into drug clinics. They actually, once it's shown that they are drug addicted and they have failed drug treatment a couple of times, then they actually get their drugs at pharmaceutical prices. And by the way, none of these drugs are expensive. The only reason they're expensive is because they're illegal. So for a maximum of $10 a day, they can actually receive their heroin, use it in the clinic itself under medically approved circumstances, and then they are held to be crime-free. As long as they're never arrested, they continue on the program. They have found that these programs reduce drug usage, they reduce crime, they increase the medical issues with these people, and they maintain them without getting AIDS, without having all these various medical problems. So this reduces crime, and it also, you can't get a dead addict clean.
Yeah,
you need to keep them alive.
I'm with you, Judge. I agree. Basically, I was with you. The only difference is I said if you're a crime-committing addict, you have to get mandatory treatment.
Absolutely. If you're a problem user, and I do this all the time, either you get off alcohol or get off these drugs of choice, or I'm going to remove you from society. But
there goes the market.
And that's right. But, if you are drug addicted and we put you in jail for 10 days, 10 months, or 10 years, it isn't going to matter. Eventually you're going to get out, and unless you get some treatment when you're in there, you're going to go back to these drugs. So we try to incarcerate our way out of this problem. We lead the world in the incarceration of our people, and we still have these major drug problems. Treatment works.
Yeah.
The Rand Corporation came out with a survey in June of 1994 saying we get 7 times more value for our tax dollar by drug treatment than incarceration. There's a treatment program in Donovan State Prison down in San Diego County in California. The recidivism rate for those people that go through that program and an aftercare is 18% within a year. For the exact same people that do not go through those programs, the recidivism rate is 80%. So it works.
Well, I know that eventually it does work. And I mean, again, that seems to me a kind of a Hobson's choice in a sense, in that we've spent over $1 trillion in prohibition, $1 trillion. We're well over $1 trillion as a nation. Since
and what do we have to show for it?
Well, we have nothing. That's the point. Even if you get 18%, whatever it is, I have to agree with heroin. I took this interesting course while I was a serving DEA agent in New York. Michael Baden, the medical examiner, came in and asked a whole audience, 200 New York City detectives and special agents and undercover agents. He said, if you had to take a choice between 2 drugs and they put you on an island, and the drug, you were going to get all the food you want, all the drugs you wanted, all your medical care. Now your choice was heroin or cocaine. Which drug would you take? Well, Sully, which drug would you take?
I'd probably take cocaine.
Well, you want to know something? That's what everybody in the audience said, and Baden laughed. He said, you're dead wrong. He said, cocaine is a drug that kills you. It attacks every organ. It attacks your brain. Heroin does not.
Heroin is not life-threatening. I don't say that very often, but it's true. It's the impurities, it's the unknown strength, it's the AIDS that you get from dirty needles. But heroin itself is not going to reduce your life expectancy.
But what do we do with cocaine? What do we do when, for instance, a 15-year-old kid comes in and he wants methamphetamine? What do we do?
Real problems. Of course, methamphetamines scare me even more than cocaine do. I want to bring this young fellow or anybody else closer to a medical doctor that will be able to work with him. And if he makes a mistake and they start using cocaine, methamphetamine, or whatever, why should I suffer? Why should I have to put bars on my windows? Why should, in fact, that person get AIDS because he has dirty needles, etc.? If the criminal justice system, I've been involved in this all my adult life.
I know.
The criminal justice system is really good at holding people accountable for their actions. So if this guy's going to be a burglar, or he's going to drive under the influence or assault somebody, hold him accountable for those actions. But we cannot enforce laws that try to control what people put into their bodies.
So in other words, what you're saying is that we should not make it illegal to sell methamphetamine on the street, or we should not make it illegal to sell crack cocaine, which is, virulently addictive.
I would always make it illegal to transfer these things to minors. But as an adult, no, you can, if that's what it comes down to, if you want to get this stuff, you can. Isn't that right, Sally? You know, anybody that wants to get this stuff can.
Yeah.
The deal is hold people accountable for what they do.